useful tools and resources when mashup making. When trying to find the BPM and key for your songs, you have a few options for your sources. I will be listing them in order from most accurate to least accurate. First off is the Spectre Keychart. It is run by the Spectre community. Only a few people have editing access, and they are very strict when it comes to labeling keys as sure. Even if a key isn't labeled as a sure, I'd still consider it just as good as Audio Keychain and Hook Theory. Next is the Matthart Keychart. This keychart is made by Matthart, a person with years of both musical and mashup experience. There are two keycharts. One is with Geometry Dash songs, making this the main source for keys of Geometry Dash songs. The other is for hit songs that one may want to use in mashups, making it an alternative to the Spectre Keychart. Next, there is Hook Theory. Hook Theory is an online database full of the music theory behind songs. The one we're interested in is keys and BPM. This database can be edited by anyone. The validity of each key is unsure, but it's usually pretty correct. Next up is Audio Keychain. Audio Keychain is very similar to Hook Theory, in that it can be edited by anyone. I'm very unsure of the validity of Audio Keychain, however, the Spectre community seems to think they're valid enough to include it on their chart, so I will be including it in this video. The next two are very different from the ones I've talked about previously. That is because they are AI detectors, not databases. The two current best ones are vocalremover.org, which is free, and the paid Songfile Hub Analyzer. I do feel like I have to say, I'm not being paid to say that. I will say that the Songfile Hub Analyzer is the better of the two. However, they are not much different in quality. Vocal Remover is still pretty good. When making a mashup, you first have to find an acapella of the song you want to use. There are two ways of getting acapellas. First, finding a studio acapella online. Second, isolating it with AI. Option 1 will always lead to the highest quality acapella. There are 4 main places to search for a studio acapella. One is Vocaler.it. It gives you 20 tokens each month, and downloading an acapella costs 1 token. The website doesn't have only studio acapellas, and sometimes the name of the acapella lies, so be cautious and critical. The second place is YouTube. Very popular songs often have their studio acapellas on YouTube. You can download YouTube videos as an MP3 file with a cobalt.meowing.de. The third place to look for a studio acapella is in the Songfile Hub Discord server's Community Resources tab. If you search for the song name in that channel, a member may have posted the studio acapella for that song in the channel. The fourth and final place you should be looking for studio acapellas is Tracker Hub. Tracker Hub is an online database full of trackers for specific artists. Only a select few people can edit each tracker. The trackers have many different leaks and songs from many different artists, but most importantly, they sometimes have acapellas. The Charlie XCX and Kanye West trackers have many acapellas, for example. If you cannot find a studio acapella for the song, you need to use AI vocal isolation. The website I use for this is mvsep.com. When using MVSep, it is imperative to make an account. If you try to isolate an acapella without an account, you will have to wait for a really long queue time. After you've made an account, the best settings are separation type, Melband row former, vocal model type, Fucuri Deux, and output encoding the highest quality possible. For me, it's 320 kbps. I've heard that the separation type BS row former is sometimes better than Melband row former, so it's also worth experimenting if you're willing to do that. I haven't found very much success with BS row former, however, so take that with a grain of salt. And that marks the end of the second tutorial in the series. I'm really proud of how these are coming out, and I hope these are going to help you, the viewer, with making mashups. Again, if there's something I left out of the video that you're wondering about, or something I didn't explain thoroughly enough, I'd be happy to answer as many comments as possible. Any website mentioned in this video will be linked in the description. Please consider subscribing if you want more guides or just more mashups by me. Leave a like on the video, and see you next time. Any Website.